I had three. No, wait, well, I guess this is the third one. Okay, so I had two other versions of this recording done with two other state of minds, essentially. There was one where I was down, and then the other one had been not down, but in a more neutral tone. It's sort of like end of the day, did all the work that you need to do, you're just tired, and it's like I can't really see anything past that. So this is one where I've eaten, I'm not tired, it's halfway through the day, and it's an off day, and so it helps a lot more. So what I'm going to say here is going to be done with optimism. The person who needs to hear you the most will not. The person that needs to hear your message the most will not hear you. Well, what does that mean? I feel as though a lot of people want to conversate with a lot of people, you know? As much as a lot of our world gets us caught up into the whole rat race with people getting extremely individualistic, and it's getting really bad altogether. That's mainly due because humanity itself, when we are together, we're extremely strong, you know? So a lot of the world just tries to beat you down so that being an individual is way easier and separate. Community is power, talking through it is power, talking through it is love, talking through your problems is beautiful. Being able to talk about your stuff is beautiful. Being able to truly convey what you're trying to convey is beautiful. But sometimes you can't get to the person. It's not possible. Unfortunately, you can't talk to everybody. Not everybody can be conversated with. And maybe it's the fact that it's not someone who they want to hear from. I think that's the main thing. So for example, say that you have family with pretty abhorrent views. Like they're anti people, extremely individualistic, extremely bigoted. Just a multitude of ways where you're just all like, this person kind of isn't pro the betterment of society, environment. Like, just they don't really care for the world getting better at all. It's and once someone is like that, the only way that they can conversate with you about something that you're trying to make a point on, it would have to be with someone who they completely look up to. That's usually, unfortunately, a lot of the time when you do have someone who's extremely individualistic, for some reason they still answer to somebody. And it's not like a deity. It's not like a God-based thing. Sometimes it's a lot based in just like one singular person. And it's not really good, you know? Maybe it's like an online figure that's gotten really popular, or say it's someone in their family that had done a lot for them, for sure, but it's kind of like specific to them in this case. So they're just like, I kind of have to die about this. Like I'm stuck to this belief. I can't change because there's no other options for me. Like I just can't do it. And that's kind of what I mean. Like, let's give a scenario to this, right? Say you have an uncle. Like, it's not parents, but you have an uncle, right? And they're dying. They are like, they're really dying. They're actually dying. And it's like, hey, look, we've kind of exhausted all of our options. The only thing left is to get this one thing at the hospital. And, you know, the hospital in general, there's been people have all sorts of reasons why to not trust the healthcare system, as it has become like this, private industry. And of course, like, you can totally understand why people feel slighted by that. And sometimes people do die of like malpractice and all types of crazy stuff. It's like, of course, I understand how this happens, but they're like, we don't have any other options. If we don't do this one thing, you're dead. Like, genuinely, like, say you tried all the herbals and all that type of, you fully exhausted all the options. They're like, this specific thing is going to kill you unless we do this, and that's it. And they tell you that, no, I'm not doing that shit. And it's like, okay, well, who else? Okay, I'm your relative. Who else do you want to hear this from? Do you want to hear this from the doctor? It's like, no, fuck the doctor. Okay, fine. Do you want to hear this from your peers? Like, you want to talk to your friends about this? No, fuck my friends. I don't care about my friends. It's like, oh, okay. Who do you want to talk to this about? Is it government officials? How do you feel about the government? And maybe they don't like the government now. Maybe they liked them before. Maybe they don't like them before and they like them now. It's like, okay, so what if they say something? Would you then do it? And it's like, no, fuck that. So it's like, okay, damn, you've solidified your shit in this. You don't listen to anybody and you're gonna die. What else can I do? And that's the point. You can't do. That's it. Other people have this thing where it's all like, oh, okay, well, maybe you can just force them. A lot of the time you can't. You just can't do that. Like, that's just not how that works. Okay? So, and that's how it is for a lot of people in humanity. You want to talk to everybody about, like, this can help, this cannot, this can that, yada, yada, yada. Whatever well-meaning thing that you have, that doesn't necessarily matter if the person doesn't want to hear it. So what you can do is move accordingly. You can only move with trying to help people who are thinking about wanting to get helped and stuff like that. Or in this case where it's all like, you can only talk to someone who wants to be talked to, Maybe someone wants to change for the better. Like, this isn't a dying scenario. Like, let's say someone has done terrible stuff. And my scenario in the other one had been like, so say there's you, and then there's a friend, and then there's a second friend A and friend B. Friend B slided the hell out of friend A, and you're all like, you tell like friend B, yo, you gotta chill. B, like, you tripping. You talk to A and be like, hey, look, I'm sorry that they did that. It's like, okay, it's cool. I'll just need them to apologize. And friend B is like, fuck that, I'm not apologizing. And you're like, okay, well, what the fuck? Then friend B slides you too. And then it's just like, okay, so double what the fuck. So they slided the both of us, and they said they're not gonna apologize. They're standing on it. There's nothing we can do to change their mind. Okay, how do we do this? Maybe it's a 3-strike system. Maybe it's like, okay, the next time that they slide someone, we're done. Then they slide someone, and it's all like, damn, I've known this person for 12 years something. I've known this person for 14 years, 20 years. I've known this person for 10 years, 8 years, a bunch of times, 6 years, whatever the heck. You've known them for a very long time, and you're like, wow, they don't listen to nobody. What can you do about this? Truly, I feel like ethically, philosophically, and all types of all merit, I really don't know what else you do past you just don't. That's it. Because you can't force people to change their mind. That's kind of it. I have family where I can't change their mind about shit, but granted, I'm just, anytime they come to me about something, I'm like, well, fuck it. What's the point? I'm going to give you whatever advice you need. You're not finna take it. I'm going to tell you, don't do this, don't do that. You still finna do the same thing. What's the point? I'm just going to move towards people that do listen at that point, because why would you not want to be heard? Why would you not want to be heard in your relationships? Genuinely, why? Why would you do that? As a person who has a set amount of time on this earth, no one watching this video is getting to 200, statistically, where it's like, it's maybe around like 70, 80. I don't know the conditions right now, but it's not about 100. A lot of us are not getting to 100 as is. So it's like, okay, in my limited amount of time, why would I choose to make my life worse so that this person has access to me but doesn't hear me out and doesn't really do anything past that. It's like, at that point, that's not even a friend. That's not even a friend. That's not even an acquaintance. But you just had that tie through time, and sometimes that tie through blood, and it matters a lot and it means a lot to you. But sometimes you just need to find yourself with better people who do want better for you, you know, who do want better for everybody. And that's my thing. And I'm happy to have done this with the right state of mind, because even in these other videos, I still had an optimistic message. I think just being optimistic just helps the message altogether. And it's like, how is this message optimistic? Because you can find people that want the better in general. You can find strangers that won't slight you. You know how crazy that is? Sometimes you can be slighted your whole life by the people that are closest to you, and as soon as you meet other people, granted, say it's people not trying to kidnap you and stuff, because sometimes those people will talk to you nice and shit. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. But eventually you'll find someone where they're like, wait, they did that to you? They did this to you? They did that to you? That's crazy. That's fucked up. That's terrible. And then you just like, oh shit, I didn't even realize that was terrible. I thought it was so normal because it happened to me and it happened to a lot of my friends and da-da-da-da. And once you're just in a better situation, and hell, even you tell your friends about being in a better situation, they're like, oh shit, I didn't know life could be like this. Because a lot of people don't think that. A lot of people think that we're set into this damned position and then there's no getting better from it. There is getting better from it, but the whole thing is we are human. We're community based. We are inherently community based. Society has not moved through people being individualistic. There's periods of times where it's all like, oh, okay, sometimes individual people have had great points in life and all that types of shit. But those individual people are living on the built land of community. That's how that works. So even if you are individualistic, there's always like room to like be community based, because everything you do is community based. Everything like that your shit came from had been through a community. Now there's like levels to it. Sometimes it's not like all positives, because it's just like it was done with a community of people. Sometimes it's not in the case of like there's slavery and all that, for sure. But the main point is you don't have to be someone who deals with the worst just because they believe they should have access to you, just because you've had time in the game and all that. Because for me, I'll tell you this right now, I've lived a good amount of time, over 20 years, over 25 years, and from like a young kid, I knew that blood can't be everything, because it's not. And I know that friends can't be, the wrong friends can't be everything. You know, just because someone is in your area and it's all like, well, I have to see them, you know, because I'm going to see them, that doesn't necessarily mean you got to fuck with them. You're like, yeah, you'll see them around. It's like, I'll see you around. But that's it. You can legit dead that after that. I don't have to be around you this much. I don't. I could be around a loving community. And a loving community doesn't mean people that won't call you out. Obviously, if you're wrong as hell, people should be able to call you out. But that's what friendship is. You should be able to be called out by your friends if you're being wrong as hell, and then be like, oh, okay, shit, I was wrong as hell. You should be able to talk to your friend like, yo, you was tripping off that. And they'd be like, oh, okay, I was tripping off that. You should be able to have discussions. And even it's not about going smoothly and all that. If you're able to convey the fucking point and tell them that, oh yeah, you were tripping because of this, 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 and this. And it's like, oh, I didn't think I was tripping because of this, this, and this. And then you get to the point like, okay, but everyone else agrees. And and it's like, okay, damn, you know what? Maybe I was fucked up for that. And that's a simple thing. Like, there is so much of this shit. I know that a lot of people I was growing up with, a lot of the youth, because we ain't come from the best shit. A lot of times people think that like, damn, sometimes you do have to just stick it out in terrible relationships. So then like even they grow up into now being like over 25 something, and it's like, damn, I didn't pick the right partner. I guess I'm cooked. And it's like, that doesn't have to be the case at all. It's like, oh, I don't even have a kid. It's like, brother, fuck it, man. Get out of this shit. There's room to like, you can bounce back. You deserve a life worth living. Everyone deserves a life worth living. Because I don't really care exactly how you go about the whole afterlife shit, but we have to treat Earth as if this is as good as we got, you know? Because I don't know. I don't know how to tell people to give a shit about the Earth. I'm like, nigga, it's giving everything to you. Why wouldn't you? But, you know, sometimes, you know, there's going to be people that watch the video and just be like, fuck you. And I'll be like, you know what? Because that's the thing. I've had videos where it's like that. And it's just like, dead ass, you can't talk to everybody. It's not possible. Talk to people who want to be talked with, you know? Who want to conversate, who want to be better, who want to be challenged sometimes. It's good to have that type of dynamic. But yeah. This is not an anime video. This is not an entertainment video in terms of like entertainment franchises. But I just feel like this had to be a point made because I've seen so many people doom because they can't get to that person. Like sometimes it's like, oh dog, but it's my dad, it's my mom. Like I really wish that they heard me out. And it's like, bruh, look, if you have to live in your family's place, you know, go do so, whatever the fuck. That doesn't mean you have to link up with them on anything. It's like a respect dynamic a lot of the time. As long as they're not treating you crazy, you know, there's just like some stuff that you genuinely disagree with them about and say it's like, they're like, oh, hey, I'm pro war and shit like that. Like, you don't have to mess with them about shit like that. You don't have to mess with, like, and it's like, it's crazy because like, oh, wait, this is my parents. But now you legit just don't have to talk to them about that type of stuff. You just be like, yeah, no, I'm disappointed, but you don't care, so keep it moving. That's it. Really, that's it. And you just continue on, making changes where you can and everywhere else. And, you know, control what's around you, essentially. Like, you can control only what you have control over. You can't change how people think. You can't change how people do anything. You just try to convey your point as best as you can. Whether or not they want to take that, that's up to them. And that's it. But hopefully that point got across for those that it was meant for. And hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. So until then, peace out and Godspeed.